A new day dawns on Buckskin Mountain. The golden rays of the rising sun reveal ruins of a gold mill amid autumn's golden leaves. The site has a magnificent view of untamed hills and valleys. Gold and silver ore was discovered here in 1905 by former Nevada State Senator William Bell and his partner George Ward. They filed 4 more claims in 1909. Their biggest strikes came in 1910 and 1912. George Ward left the partnership at the end of 1912, and the Bell family incorporated their holdings into the Buckskin National Gold Mining Company. The mine was leased to the Hatch Mining Company from 1914 to 1916. From 1923 to 1928, the mine was leased to the California National Mining Company. In 1935, the mine was leased again, this time to the Nevada Lucky Tiger Mining Company. The company upgraded the mill to use the highly effective cyanide process. A disastrous fire destroyed the mill in 1937, and the company gave up the lease. After that, the mine was worked sporadically and closed in 1948. Currently, the mine is in poor shape. The entrance is blocked by timbers and a steel grate. I found a small steam-powered hoist near the mine's entrance. There is no mine shaft here, so I'm not sure where the hoist was used. The main attraction at the mine is the sprawling ruins of the Lucky Tiger Mill. The mill ruins are littered with scraps of metal and various pieces of rusting machinery. The mill's extensive concrete foundations once held at least 12 agitation tanks, maybe more. Most were steel tanks, but there were a few tanks made of wood. The wooden tanks burned in the fire. Several of the steel tanks still stand with various degrees of corrosion. My exploration of the mill ruins was a bit limited since I was still recovering from a broken leg. Much of the mill's upper foundation has been buried under waste rock and soil. Just above the agitation tanks is a 4-foot by 8-foot ball mill. One end of this mill is open with the end cap lying on the ground below it. As its name implies, the ball mill was partially filled with steel balls, which crushed the ore into dust as the mill turned. The narrower cylinder next to the ball mill is a trommel. This was a screening device used to separate ore by particle size. Looking around at the mangled metal and broken machinery, it's hard to imagine how it all worked together and what it might have looked like before the fire. Originally, all of this was enclosed inside a huge building. Now the only traces of the building are scattered pieces of charred lumber and broken boards. Here's another interesting artifact I found at the mill site. It's a pump that's operated by a walking beam mechanism. In between leases, the mine was operated only intermittently and on a small scale. One of the agitation tanks is below the main mill structure. On the hillside north of the mill ruins, there are 2 large riveted steel water tanks. Below the water tanks are various other bits of machinery scattered throughout the brush. The dark, rusted metal contrasts beautifully with the autumn leaves. Farther down the slope are the remains of what appears to be a small wooden agitation tank. The slope on the northern half of the site is where the office was, along with cabins for the employees. These wooden buildings have all collapsed. Only piles of debris remain. Many of the native shrubs have donned their fall foliage, adding a splash of color to the scene. The only structure still standing is this small stable covered with corrugated metal. It looks like the old stable still gets occasional visits from cattle or deer seeking shelter from the weather. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this look at the Buckskin National Mine in Nevada. Be sure to check out some of my other videos featuring ghost towns, mines, and more.